All right, folks, I am going to try to demonstrate how to properly safety wire a couple of the key components of your race bike. I'm going to start off with the brake calipers and we'll go from there. Always good to have a pair of safety wire pliers and safety wire. First thing I always do is pull a good length of the wire out of the box, and then the important thing is making sure that your safety wiring is in the direction of tightening the bolts or nuts or whatever, not loosening. So that's the key component of proper safety wiring. So I'm going to put this through. These bolts are all drilled on all four sides. I recommend doing that. Especially on something like a brake caliper, makes it a lot easier to deal with. We're going to snake that around and grab the nub there, pull it through. I like to go, match the wire size so it's even. Now, here's the important part, right? We want to make sure you're doing this to tighten. So in this case, right, if I wanted to loosen this bolt, I would turn it this way. If I want to tighten this bolt, I'm going to go that way. So I'm going to loop this around the back side, like that. Put it underneath the wire you've got coming out of the other hole. Give it one little turn, and that kind of locks it in place. But the next important step is snapping the wire so it gets tight. If you see up here, it looks loose. So you want a nice tight fit. So I tend to just kind of hold that in place, put the wire in, give it a couple of snaps. Now you see it's nice and tight. Then try to measure down to where it's going to connect to the next bolt. So right here is where I want to go in. Again, remember, if I go this way, it loosens. If I go this way, it tightens. So this is the hole I'm going to use. Now another key part is you're going to shorten the wire as you tighten it because it's going to crimp up. So this is just something that comes with experience and doing it often, is how much you do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going a little bit below the hole there. And I'm going to mark it with my thumb, and that's where I'm going to clip the pliers. Clip them on. I didn't get a good grip. And then I'm going to tighten the pliers. Always be safe. Pull that back so you don't take your eye out. Now another key part that I like to do is always try to tighten the wire in a way that it's going to be a nice tight fit directionally from up here. So I'm going to start tightening that, and you see I'm not going straight to here, but I'm pulling in this direction. Again, how many strands you're going to do kind of goes with feel. You don't want to over tighten it and have it loose and snap. You just want to have the right sort of. So I'm going to give it one more pull, and that looks about right to me. I'm going to go down and I'm going to clip it, and hopefully, voila, my line lines up perfectly with the hole. So now I'm going to run this through. And I got a little piece there. Try to bend it, or you can just clip it off. I'm going to go through. And then I'm going to grab that little nub again. Coming around the camera. Pull that through. And again, remember that you want to give it a good snap and get it in there so it's nice and tight. Sometimes you just give it a No, I didn't do a good job here because that's too loose. Now I've adjusted this and actually gone to the hole above so I could get a tighter fit. I'm going to give it a couple of snaps. Make sure sure that stays tight. You see that's, now we're going to come down around here and twist that around. And now we're going to put the pliers down at the end. I like to do this part by hand. Just twist it and then kind of twist it and move it, and that will grab some wire down at the base and tighten this part up. See how I'm twisting and turning, and that makes a nice tight fit there. Now, another really important thing, especially to help you, not only yourself, but when you go through tech, you don't cut someone's finger. You want to cut the pigtail here, and then roll it over and close that out so that you don't have a sharp edge for either you or the tech inspector or someone helping you out with your bike. This stuff will go right through your finger or your eye or other components of your body. We're going to crunch that up, make it nice and tight and even, and then flatten it out against the bolt. Again, by pulling it in the direction that's actually going to tighten the wire up against the caliper. So you see, it's nice and tight. You got a nice fit all the way around. And the wire is set to pull, to tighten on both sides. So that's the brake caliper. Now I'm going to move on to the pinch bolts.